Our lesson today is on percent equations, and we learned yesterday how to solve percents using ratios. Today is just a little bit different, so let's go ahead and get going. So we learned what of and is mean when we're solving with a ratio, but they are a little bit different when we're looking at an equation. So with an equation, of means multiply, is means equals, and what is basically going to be our variable. That's our question, the thing that we don't know. Make sure that this is in your notes. This is really important that you understand this. And we should know that of is multiply and is means equals at this point. So here's a new formula for you to remember. And it is A equals percent times W. So let's break this down. Our A is basically the part of our fraction, or the part of our percent. The P, like I said, is the percent, and the W is our whole. So we're multiplying times the whole, the percent times the whole. And this will make a little bit more sense, and you will be able to memorize this pretty easily. So let's go ahead and look at an example here. So what is 16% of 200? I don't know my is. What is? Here is my percent, 16%, but I know my of. And of is multiplying. So 16%, guys, I need to change my percent to a decimal. But I will, so my 16% goes here. Of is a whole, so times 200. And my what, in this case, my is the x. That's what I don't know. To be able to multiply this, I can't just multiply a percent times 200, so I will need to use my Dr. Pepper. I'm going from a percent to a decimal, so 1, 2 to the left, 1, 2 to the left. So I have 0.16 times 200. So 0.16 times 200, and that would give me x equals, whoops, I'm having trouble writing, x equals 32. So what percent is 16% of 200? 32 is 16% of 200. So let's try another one. This one sounds really similar to the previous one, and I did that so that you would see the difference here. So 16 is, this time I know that 16 is, so I know my answer. I know my part. 16 is what percent? I don't know the percent. That's my x. Of 200. So times 200. Well, this is a pretty easy algebra problem now that I've kind of broken it down. So let me rewrite it. 200x equals 16. All I have to do is divide by 200. Divide by 200 on both sides. And I will figure out what x means, what x equals. So 16 divided by 200, and it equals 0.08. So 16 is 0.08% of 200. So I need to change my decimal to a percent. So using your Dr. Pepper again, I'm going 1, 2 to the right. 1, 2 to the right. So I have, whoops, that shouldn't be there. Ooh, I have 8%. 16 is 8% of 200. Let's try one more here. 16% of what number is 200? I don't know why there's a C on the end. That probably shouldn't be there. So 16% of what number? So I know that this needs to be changed to a decimal. I use my Dr. Pepper again, and I went from a percent to a decimal, 1, 2, 1, 2, which gave me my 0.16. Of means multiply. What number? That's going to be a variable. So 16 0.16 times what number? What if I called this S? Is means equals 200. So 0.16 times S equals 200. divide by 0.16, divide by 0.16, and that'll give us our answer 200 divided by 0.16, and I have S equals 1,250. So 16% of 1,250 is going to be 200. Okay, so let's try with a story problem here. You take Hottie McHotnuggets on a dinner date. Find the percent of sales tax that you pay on your food. So I have the cost of the food. This is how much I paid. Here's my total. So I'm looking for the percent. That's the one thing I don't know. So let's go ahead and start writing things out so that we understand. I don't know my percent. So percent is going to be the X, the thing I don't know. I do know my whole. It was $29.15. That was the total cost of my bill. And I know the part, which was $1.65. That's how much tax I paid. So let's go ahead and solve this. Let me rewrite it up here so that we can see it better. $1.65 equals 29.15x. Divide by 29.15. Divide by 29.15. Let's try it on the calculator. And I got X equals, and I'll have to round here, 0.05, and we'll say 7. But I know it was asking me for a percent, and I gave you a decimal, so I will try my trusty DP, my Dr. Pepper, decimal to percent, move over 1, 2, so my sales tax was 5.7%. So now we know the percent of sales tax in this state is 5.7%. Pretty similar to Wyoming. Okay, so let's move on here. So we're on the same dinner date, and you've got Hottie McHotnuggets again. And you're going to leave a 16% tip for your amazing waitress. Find the total amount you pay for the night of your life. Oh my goodness. So this time we want to know something a little bit different. We're going to leave a 16% tip for our waitress. And we're just going to go ahead and tip on this total amount. So we'll go ahead and figure out how much of a tip will be 16%. So I know that my tip percent is 16%. I'm going to change this to a decimal so I can deal with it. 1, 2 to the left, so I have 0.16. 0.16 times the whole amount of your meal, which is $29.15. And that is going to give you the part that you pay for your tip. So let's try this on the calculator. 0.16 times 29.15. And I'm going to round because I'm dealing with money. $4.66 is going to be my tip. So I'm going to write that right here. $4.66. That's my tip. And then the second part of the question was find the total amount you pay for the night of your life. So we just need to go ahead and add $4.66 plus 29.15, and I got 33.81. $33.81. Man, I hope it was worth it. You are a big spender.